Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series. And we've got Red-Green Aggro. Looks like he's running possibly a landfall strategy because of the Scythe Leopard. The other side, I don't know what he's playing yet. But he just got hit for 6 damage thanks to the Atarka's Command and the Scythe Leopard. So he's already down to 14. Green-red throws out Oath of Nissa. The other side throws out Anticipate, so still don't know exactly what he's playing. And what does Oath find? Finds a Foundry of the Consuls. So we got another land, which is good for his Scythe Leopard, since the other side has nothing to protect himself right now. But it looks like he's running white and blue. I was about to say, so he could be running Silk Wrap and get rid of the Scythe Leopard right now, but he didn't. A second Scythe Leopard. Plays the land, they'll both turn into 2/2s. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana open. 2 cards in hand, though. Attacking in for 2. And gets through for 2. So blue-white's already down to 12. And we haven't seen anything relevant from him yet. Ah, black mana, so maybe he's running Esper Control. Planar Outburst to kill off the leopards. That could very well be the game for Red-Green Aggro. They have a really hard time, as with most aggro decks, coming back from losing most of their creatures. Nissa's Pilgrimage. More land. Now, the good thing about this strategy, okay, throws down an Eldrazi Obligator, 3/1 haste, and control is tapped out. But like I was saying, the good thing about this deck is with an aggro strategy like this, because he's playing red and green and he's searching up all these lands, he can also hedge his bets and kind of go into a red-green ramp a little bit, you know, probably a couple of World Breakers. I don't know if he'd go any bigger than a World Breaker, but it would fit perfectly right now if he could throw it down. Nothing from Esper going to combat for red-green. 3 more damage. Response from Esper is a Stasis Snare to get rid of the Obligator. So he'll remain at 9. And red-green is on 1 card. He has done quite well to get Esper down to 9, but now he's pretty much out of gas. Scoured Barons will take Esper up to 10. And he passes the turn. End of turn, he's going to fire off the Foundry to get some Thopter tokens. And with an Atarka's Command, he could make both of those 2/2s, deal 3 damage, so that'd be 7, so he'd only have to deal 3 more damage on top of that. So in come the Thopter tokens. And response. And it's an Atarka's Command. Response from Esper, counterspell. Scatter to the winds. So saves himself from going to 3. Red-green plays Temur Battle Rage, which is rather unfortunate since it's only a 1/1. Though he can use Seagate Wreckage now. So he got through for a grand total of 3 damage there. But if he top decks another Atarka's Command and Esper can't counter it, that's the game. If Also, uh, green red just needs become immense, and he wins the game. So does he get the miracle top deck? He's using the Seagate Wreckage to draw an extra card. Esper played Ob Nixilis and killed off one of the Thopter tokens. So, top two cards. Did he pull a miracle? McKindy Slide Runner. No, that's not a miracle. That is a lot of mana. Fall of the Titans. Was not expecting to see that. Target creatures and or players. So 5 damage to the face. Esper's down to 2. Thopter's going in for 1 more. He'll be down to 1. So, Esper is... He's got all the cards in his favor, really. Since red-green is top decking, he's got 2 creatures, he's got very minimal options, but the problem is that Esper has to have the cards to deal with it. And right now, another planar outburst would be good. Languish, End Hostilities, Crux of Fate, Silk Wrap, Stasis Snare, Ruinous Path, Ultimate Price, Murderous Cut. He needs something. And actually, he needs 2 somethings. Remorseless Punishment. Unfortunately, his opponent can just lose the 10 life. Okay, he sacrifices the Thopter token, so he only loses 5. +1s, and I just realized he killed himself. What did he have? Double Sigil of the Empty Throne, Scatter, Planar Outburst. I have to assume that he just drew Planar Outburst because of Ob, otherwise he would have played it. So, maybe we'll get a game 2. The server's going to shut down in a few minutes, so I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, turn 2, McKindy Slide Runner from the red-green aggro deck. And as we saw in last game, aggro decks are really the worst matchup for control because of how fast they can deal out damage early while control is trying to stabilize. And you saw that guy's hand. He had another counterspell waiting. He had 2 Sigils of the Empty Throne waiting. He just had no way to defend himself once those things were in play. And that's the kind of thing that can happen to a control deck. Okay, double Slide Runner plays a fetch land. So he can fire that off and make them both 4/3s. Which still leaves him with 4 mana available and 5 cards in his hand. Attacking all in for 8. Response from Esper is Anticipate. Unless you draw an ultimate price, you're not going to have another response, so he takes the 8 damage. So Esper's already back down to 10. And things are looking a lot like aggro's going to take this game too. So Scoured Barrens will put him back up to 11. And Control really needs to kill some creatures right here. And he doesn't. Okay, plays a land. That'll put his creatures up to 3/2s. And now all he has to do is play an Atarka's Command. Or a Reality Smasher. So attacking all in. That'll be 11. And he wins. Wow. I have to say, that was just really not good for the Esper deck. I mean, aggro can be quick and brutal, but, Control never had a chance to try and stabilize in that second game. And then in the first game, even when he killed the creatures, aggro managed to come back from it really fast. So we never actually got to see what that Control deck could actually do. So, unfortunately, that's the match. That was Red-Green Aggro versus Esper Control. And if you liked what you saw, hit